Morning, Leslie.
It's Mark, by the way, but never mind. Can I just...
lucky old morning.
Yeah, can I just ask you a question? Have you been?
Huh?
Last week you hadn't been. You were constipated. Have you been?
Oh, yes, I have, boy. Yes, I went. What day did I spoke to you last Friday, didn't I?
Yes.
And I went on Saturday.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
that was a bit of a job, I have to say.
Lots of people were asking me if you were okay and had you been, and were suggesting that you had some prunes with your good ship.
I was in there the best part of 20 minutes, I suppose. That was a bit of a strain, but that's all sorted itself out now.
Jolly good.
I'm now going 3 times a day again.
Excellent. Well, that's good. Nice and regular.
That had me worried a little bit there, you know.
I bet it did, yeah. How's your week?
I must tell you, Leslie, Mother's had a letter.
Oh, has she?
Yeah, and she's having a jab next week.
Oh, that's good news.
So she's wholly looking forward to that. Oh, she say, there we are. She say, there's the light at the end of the tunnel.
Lovely. That's really good news.
Cheered her up a good one, that is.
Yes, and giving you a lift as well.
That's right.
Yes. How's your week been? Have you been all right?
Yeah, well yes, I was still hobbling about because, you know, did I tell you I'd fell over?
No, you didn't. What happened?
To you, have I? No, I ain't spoke to you. Well, the girl Rosemary, she come round here because we're in a bubble, you see, because she's on a run.
Yes.
So she come round and she helped me sort Mother out at night.
She's a good girl.
She's a lovely woman. She really is. She's absolutely marvellous, Leslie. So she come round here on last Saturday night to see how I was, and I said, well, I've been, so that's all sorted. And she brought round some soup, and it was vegetable soup, and I ain't a great fan of soup, if I be honest, but you've got to have it this time of year because it keep you warm, doesn't it?
Oh, it does.
And
It definitely does.
Out and all
yes,
that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Especially the way I've been. And she made some fat balls for the buds, you see. She made these... When she grills stuff, she keep all the old fat. She put it in a cup, and then she used that to make her run fat balls with the seeds and that lot. So she brought the fat balls round, and I said, well, come in, darling. So she had a Baileys with me after we saw Mother out, and we sat watching this thing on the telly, and it's called the Masked Singer. Have you seen that?
I have seen The Masked Singer. Yes. Did you like it?
No, I didn't. I sat there and I said, Aisha, but you see, she liked that. She said, well, if you don't want to watch it, I'll go home. I said, well, no, don't you sit you here and watch this. But that is a load of old crap in it, really, when you sit and watch it, because I can't see, how do they breathe in them things then?
Oh, I have no idea. I really don't. And they're singing inside as well, aren't they?
And they don't know who they are, do they?
No.
No, anyway, I didn't think much to her, but I didn't say much to her, but, you know, so she went off. But anyway, the reason I'm hobbling is on the Sunday I got up and I couldn't believe it. I can't remember the last time we had a frost like this in Melton, because everything was just blanket white, wasn't it?
Oh, it was very harsh frost. Even in Felixstowe we had a tough frost, which is unheard of.
Was that bad there? Well,
it was.
I tell you, and that lasted. So, because I got the fat balls, because I do worry about little old buds, and I take the leftovers that they can eat, and I put them on the bud table up the top of the garden, and I come out in my slippers, and I had me dressing gown on, and I went gingerly up the path, as you do, with the fat balls. Well, next thing you know, I caught a sort of, I suppose it must have been a slab that was a little bit iced over more than the rest, you know. And next, I'd gone down a crop and I'd done the splits.
Oh, no.
And, you know, when you go down, you say, bugger me, don't you?
Yes.
And you go down with a wallop. And I went down and my sort of legs parted, you know.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, now what do I do? So, because it was cold, you see, wasn't it?
It was. You want to be hanging out there for any length of time.
My dressing gown now was all getting wet round the bottom, so I hooked myself up and I got up and, you know, you feel and because the fat balls are gone now, they rolled down the path and you feel such a dizzy fool, don't you?
Yeah.
So you sort of get up and I thought, I hope the hell no one has seen me. And do you know what? The neighbour Marcus, his missus, right?
Yes.
She's looking out the bedroom window.
Yep.
And she's laughing her head off.
No.
She was. She stood there laughing her head, and I see her. I don't think she saw. I clocked her, Leslie, and I looked up and I see her, And there she was laughing, and she didn't open the window and say, "Do you want a hand or nothing?" You know, she just stood there laughing. I thought, "You nasty old cow. There's no need for that, is there?" But so I got myself up, right?
Yes. And
I come in, and as I come in, I was hobbling down because I pulled my groin, you see.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I pulled my groin, and so that's a bit better now, but I come hobbling in, and so I thought, I'm going to make myself a cup of coffee and just sit and have a rest. And as I put the kettle on, bugger me if electric didn't go off.
Oh, Brian.
So I had to go to the cupboard. So but apart from that, there ain't been... I tell you who I had a phone call, Leslie. I had a call during the week from she's my cousin.
Yep.
Janice from Jaywick.
Janice from Jaywick, okay.
She's a rough as guts, boy. And I spoke to her, I spoke to her now for the best part of 5 years.
Blimey.
And all of a sudden the phone rang, and that was her, and she was on there 20 minutes, talking about Christmas and the old bug, and she wanted to know how I am, and, well, what's she calling for now, then?
Well, it's just out of the goodness of her own heart, I would think.
Well, I ain't heard from her for, like I said, it must be the best part of 5-6 years. Because she say, hello, she say, yes, Janice. I said, Janice who? She say, Janice in Jaywick. I said, what you want then? She said, I'm just phoning up for yarn, see how you are. Well, she don't say yarn because
she's from Essex.
Cool, I tell you, she's got that old twang in her voice, you know. I've been out for a walk this week. I went out hobbling down the road. I took a little old dog because I take him out on my own. You see, I like to go out later so I don't bump into too many people.
That's very wise.
You, Leslie.
You mustn't. Yeah, you got to keep away from people, Brian.
You can't go talking to people now.
No,
you can't. Because we are now turning a corner, aren't we?
Hopefully, fingers crossed. Yep. Brian,
they tell me the old figures dropping.
They are. Well, hopefully they are. Yes, it's early days, but we've still got to do the right thing. Well, I'm pleased Mother's got the jab coming next week.
She can't wait.
And maybe Rosemary could rub some liniment in you, or some deep heat in your groin.
No, that's all right now. That ain't too bad. What you mean, rub some liniment? What did you say? Don't you start a lot of that.
Brian, have a lovely
doghouse again.
Have a lovely weekend, Brian.
Righto, Leslie. Cheerio, boy.